Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to draw a project which I've been postponing for at least a month. It's because I was afraid that I would screw this up, but I think it's time. There's no reason to postpone it any longer. I have to face it and accept whatever result I'm going to have. And if I fail, okay, no one said that this journey or any journey should consist of successes only. There's bound to be failures and I have to accept that. I'm going to add a third one to these drawings, which I made the first one a year ago and the second 4 months ago. You can see the date, the 29th of September. But before anything, this video is going to be a long one, so as usual I have to offer you 3 options for how you can watch this video. First, you can watch all of it and you'll make me happy. Second, if you want to skip this introduction part, you can jump to this time code and start watching my drawing with my occasional narration. And if you don't want to bother with narration, you can jump to this time code and watch a 2 or 3 minute version of the whole drawing. Now, I'll try to keep this introduction short, but I have things to say. This Spidey drawing craze of mine started with this one. I wondered whether I could draw a Spider-Man figure just from imagination, and I made this. I think it took 10 or 15 minutes, not that long. And the day after that I made the second one, which I will duplicate today with a much better drawing, I hope. After these two, I decided to draw some Spidey figures, but using references to get my hand used to drawing Spider-Man. And after a decent amount of Spidey figures, I will return to these first two and draw them again to see my progression, if any. Let me show you some of those Spideys now. Actually, I uploaded a video of my drawing of 3 of these, and you can check that out if you want. And last month I was sitting before my computer and out of the blue I just wanted to draw a Spider-Man from imagination. It was spontaneous, and so I did not record my drawing, and the result was this. I think it took at least an hour, maybe slightly more. And then I remembered my first drawing. I hadn't looked at that before I started this one, and coincidentally it was the same pose, and somehow this pose must have been chiseled in my brain. Then when I saw it was the same, I was immediately filled with regret for not recording my drawing, because if I had, this video could have been uploaded a month ago and I would be saved from this apprehension, the dread, the fear of failure. Okay, I should stop now. I put these two side by side and posted it on my DeviantArt page. It became my most viewed drawing, so that was a salt in the wound. And then I consoled myself. I said, okay, I will make the second one then. But when I opened the second one, my regret became even bigger, because this pose has extreme foreshortenings and I don't know how to draw foreshortened limbs yet. I will just eyeball it, so it will probably suck, but I hope not that much. By the way, I cleaned this first one to see better. Let me put these two on the left or the right. I think this is better. Okay, let's start the drawing. When you are using a reference, you already have the figure and the pose ready, so you don't have to think how to construct, where to place the limbs, how to foreshorten them. So that phase is easy. Not even easy, it's just ready and you start drawing. But now, that's probably the hardest part of all the drawing. I don't know if I can pull this off. If I make a half decent pose, then the rest should be not that difficult, and I would end up with at least a mediocre drawing. This phase is the reason why I was afraid of doing this, and the reason why I was postponing this. Well, here goes. Now I want the upper body shortening and moving away from us, so this forehead lines for the upper body should be shorter and shorter as I go down. And the face is not in 3/4 view, I guess. It's more centered towards us. Okay, let's change it then. Is he going to look down or up? What do you say? Let's make it straight. I can't decide. The best Spidey drawings, in my opinion, they all have his head outstretched, his neck elongated, and those drawings are more stylized, and in my opinion they are the best looking and gives a more Spidey feeling. I'll try to do that. If I draw these lines shorter and shorter, I'm just eyeballing this, maybe I could pull this off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it okay? I don't know. No, this one is basically the same length as the first one. I should change it. No, I think I failed. I failed because this stomach and the pelvis area, they look funny. How will I correct it? I'll try anyway. The legs are so small. Since I eyeballed it, I made them smaller than they are supposed to be. I have to correct them also. Now where's the upper part of the right leg, huh? Here must be the leg pointed up, right? Why did I miss that? Isn't this leg supposed to be bigger since it's towards us? And maybe this hand too? Oh no, it became huge. No. If I can put a gap here between the leg and the arm, it would look better, I think. Okay, it's enough. And let's make one more layer of a cleaner figure before I draw the final thing. Isn't this ellipse head a bit much? Why did I draw this like that? Too much of an egg shape? No, correct that too. Okay, the limbs look a bit off, but this is what I can do for foreshortening at this stage. This arm is... yeah, it's terrible, I know, but I'll allow it for now. And now I'll take a break because it's been an hour and I have to feel refreshed before I draw the last layer. I won't leave it like this. I want it to be more clear and more eye-pleasing. So yeah, I'll draw one more layer on top. Okay, coffee break. See you in 3 seconds.
2 hours later.
Now I remember something. I was going to do something completely different in this drawing. I was going to draw a horizon line for the eye level, and from that, lines towards me and the cylinder inside those lines so that I can draw the arm inside that cylinder. And the foreshortening of the arm would be more measured instead of just eyeballing it. It went completely out of my mind. I was getting ready for that. I have been watching some foreshortening videos lately and getting myself ready. And I forgot. Maybe I would not draw this arm this terrible if I had done that. And for example, this rectangle cube coming towards us from the horizon, the middle section closer to the horizon instead of us, the upper arm in here, the forearm in here, and the hand. Oh my god, it was going to be better. It's so much better this way. Well, anyway, maybe next time. But look at this. It's horrendous. But I don't have the energy to draw it again. And it's not fair, because I did not spend this much time for the previous drawings. Well, okay. I'm not dwelling on this any longer. Let's make the final drawing and be done with it. Now, for this hand, I could have taken a photograph of my hand in this pose and used it as a reference, but I decided not to use even that. I wanted to make this one without using any kind of reference, not only Spidey, anything. So yeah, I know it looks not that great, but well, I hope you let that slide. Okay, this left leg doesn't look good, but I don't know how to correct that, so I'm not touching it. As for the right leg, it's so much thinner than it's supposed to be, yeah? It's pointed at us, so it must be getting bigger and thicker. And I wanted it to be thin, but this is not right. Let's adjust that a bit. I think it's enough. And the legs and the arm are faulty, but I was expecting that. So I'm not that upset about it. And this whole drawing took almost 2 hours and I have to stop. It's not fair for the past me. If I'm comparing myself to myself from a year ago to 4 months ago, I have to even the conditions. And those drawings took only 15 minutes and this one 2 hours. So yeah, it's not that even. It's slightly different, I know. Now, this is not the level that I'm content with. I want to be so much better than this. As for the progression, is it enough for 1 year? Well, I hope you'll be the judge of that. I would very much like to read your comments about this, my mistakes, shortcomings, what I can do, that sort of thing. I'd very much appreciate your input. And if you like what I'm doing here, maybe you could consider giving a thumbs up, subscribing. It would make me so happy. Now I'll leave you with a 3.5 minute version of this drawing. The whole drawing took 2 hours, so if I time-lapse it into 2 minutes, it looks so jarring. So I needed to lengthen it a bit. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.